If you are a guy watching this, regardless of if you watch Big Brother Naija or not, you need to watch this video till the end. So Beauty, a girl, a Big Brother Naija season 7 housemate, just got disqualified for hitting her boyfriend with her wig. She hit him with her wig, she insulted him, called him a bastard, and then she said that his dick is small to the entire house. All this because he danced with another girl in the party. Like during a party, he danced with a different girl who was not her.
And tell that fucking bastard with his small proof that I said if he calls my name in this house, me and one will problem.
Now, as I watched this, the only thing that came to my mind was this girl had a similar meltdown like this last week, just a week ago. Maybe not to this scale, but it was almost the same thing. She was cussing, she was screaming, she was crazy. Like she acted very crazy last week, right? So her acting like this 2 days ago is not necessarily surprising. You get what I'm saying? It's something that could have been predicted. Now for her guy, her boyfriend, right, the groovy guy, it sucks that like she met a guy who is so calm and easygoing, because that's who he is. Like he's very calm and everything, and she took advantage of that, right? So I'm not necessarily going to like judge him for being so calm because they just met, But in general, if you're a guy watching this, you need to understand that you cannot let disrespect slide, and you can't do it. And also, right, the earlier you accept the red flags you see in a woman, the better, because the deeper you get into that relationship, the more difficult it will be to leave. Red flags, right, that you see after the first month or first 2 months of dating her, in a year, right, those red flags will still be there, but it will be too difficult for you to leave. You notice your girl being constantly disrespectful, right? Don't shout, don't scream, don't get emotional, right? Calmly tell her once or twice. Okay, let's say twice. Tell her, warn her about it twice. That is, she does it once, she does it again, you warn her 2 times. You tell her like your behavior is like, it's not acceptable, it's wrong. But after those 2 times, if she continues acting up, you cut her off. I'm not saying permanently, right? But until she realizes that she's making a mistake, until she comes back to you to say something like towards that line of thinking that like, okay, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done this again, then maybe you can accept her back. There are people who say ghosting or cutting someone off is childish, right? But I don't believe that. It is not childish. There's a limit to which you can explain yourself or like try to convince somebody to change some form of bad behavior that they have. There's a limit to that. Not be every time you go to talk. There has to come a point where you just stop talking and you just free the girl. Honestly, that's just what it is. You stop talking to her, whether they call it ghosting, whether they call it childish. That's what you have to do to see how she reacts. Possibly she comes back and she like seems like she's trying to change or she's apologetic, or she doesn't come back. It is a win-win. The earlier you're able to walk away from someone who has bad behavior, the better for you. I keep saying that the reason why women, right, stay in marriages or relationships with men who are physically abusive is because when they saw the signs, even though all of them don't see it, but like most likely when they saw the signs, when he beat them 2 times, 3 times early on in the relationship, they didn't move on. But that was the easiest time where they could have. You get, when there wasn't that much emotional connection. You guys were seeing your epiphany phase. There was no strong bond, right? That was so strong that you couldn't leave the man at that point in the relationship. So it is more difficult for them down the line to then leave. It is the same thing we do sometimes. Sure, you get. So when you're seeing all these red flags, like leave them. I'm telling you this thing, free them. Something else I want to say is this exact situation is why I always talk about cohabiting. Everybody attacks me on Twitter whenever I say it. They're like, nah, it's against the word of God, this, that. I'm like, yes, I know, but like, cohabiting helps you experience the worst sides of your partner. When they're not well groomed, when they're not well dressed, when they're sad, angry, depressed, anxious, you get. When they're frustrated, you experience all those emotions with them and you see how they deal with it. You get, and they see how you deal with it as well, to know if you guys can live with each other in the long run. Sure, you get. You can't experience these things when you guys just go on dates like every 2-3 days. Like you guys both mentally prepare for the date. So like you're both on your best behaviors, and it seems like, wow, I love this girl, and she's like, wow, I love this guy. I don't buy it. That's genuinely why I believe in cohabiting. Cohabiting would avoid getting married to girls as crazy as this girl right now. Beauty showed a level of craziness, right, and madness that no other female housemate has exhibited to this level. None, right? All because her guy, who she met 2 weeks ago, mind you, danced with a different girl. And something else that was ringing in my mind is, if you go as far, right, as insulting this dude in front of people, hitting this dude with your wig.
Guess what? I don't give a damn. We're done.
Going that crazy, screaming at everybody, insulting everybody, and then personally insulting your guy, saying his dick is small, calling him a bastard in the presence of people, right? Getting that angry. What would you do if both of you were alone? And you know that this is a quiet guy, he's a calm guy, he doesn't shout, he doesn't hit me. What would she do? Imagine if she found out that he cheated, because like all he did this time was dance. Imagine if she heard that, your boyfriend cheated on you or something. Like, how far do you think she would go if it was cheating and not just dancing with another girl? How far do you think she would go? That's the danger of that's the danger of dating crazy people, men or women. Like, they're going to show you signs small. Last week, it was not as much as this. This week, it is more than last week. How do you think next week would be if she wasn't evicted just now, I think the next video you should watch is my video called 3 Signs You Should Leave Your Girlfriend. Click on the box on the screen or click on the second link in the description. Watch the video and I'll see you guys in the next one. It go be.